Okay, we're going to take this to the next logical step. We have all of the angles of rotation in the positive direction, and we understand how their trig functions work. Now we're going to look at angles of rotation in the negative direction. So if I have an angle of rotation in the negative direction, it works similarly to one in the positive direction in that the angle starts on the positive x-axis, and let's say I have an angle of rotation of negative 135 degrees or negative 3 pi over 4 radians. Then what I do is I go the negative 135 degrees, but this time I move counterclockwise. So I'm moving 135 degrees counterclockwise, or negative 3 pi over 4 radians counterclockwise, right? Okay, so that's pretty easy to work out. If you're trying for the sine, cosine, or tangent value for this, again, you use the angle that gets formed with the x-axis. Here, this is a 45 degree angle, or a pi over 4 radian angle, which means that the sine of negative 135, or the sine of negative 3 pi over 4, right, will equal, well, that's going to be root 2 over 2, but because that's in the third quadrant, where only the tangent is positive, the sine has to be negative. The cosine, likewise, of negative 135, and the cosine of negative 3 pi over 4 radians is also root 2 over 2. And again, because only the tangent is positive down there, it will be negative. The tangent of 135 degrees, or the negative 135, sorry, or the tangent of negative 3 pi over 4 will be, well, the tangent at 45 is 1. And because the tangent is positive in the third quadrant, that value will also be 1. So if you go and check this against calculator or whatever, this is how you can calculate the sine, cosine, and tangent for a angle of rotation with a negative rotational value. Alright, so angles of rotations with negative values are exactly like those with positive values, except that the rotation is in the clockwise direction. Alright, so there you go.